Hi guys, today another painting video, but I would like to chit chat a little bit with you about inspiration. In fact, I think inspiration is one of the trickiest topic that as an artist you have to face. First of all, remember that you are not alone. Everyone has moments without inspiration. Even the great grandmaster has moments in which they are not inspired, they don't want to, sit down, paint. It's absolutely normal, and we have also to normalize this and embrace this. But at the same time, I think there are many ways to inspire yourself, even in the moment in which you don't want to sit down and paint or draw. For me, for example, the first things that I used to do is watch movies and TV series. This inspired me a lot, especially composition, the cinematography in movies and TV series, and also animated movie actually. While I'm seeing a movie, for example, many times I stop the movie and I really quick sketch the composition and the color key that I see on screen, and that inspired me a lot. But another way in which I keep my inspiration up is through books. In fact, reading a book, especially if there is no movie that is inspired by the book, is quite amazing because I have to use my imagination to formulate in my mind the characters, the different scenes, and that's actually great because many times this inspired me a lot to just sit down and draw what I imagine. Another way I keep myself inspired is draw from life. I think draw from life is the most important thing that artists can actually do, because you train your brain to see something in 3 dimensions and put it on the page in 2 dimensions, and that is a train that you can do just if you draw from life. So is highly recommend to every one of you to draw from life in general, but especially when you don't have any inspiration, you can just take something that you have near you and start to draw in it. And that's great because you are training your brain, as I said before, and at the same time you are putting down something on the page. So this is another good way to get things done and get some painting and drawing done in your sketchbook. An additional way in which I keep inspired is to do master studies or photo reference study, and this is something that I do on daily basis actually. For master study, I especially look up online and search for the painter that I love, the artist that I love from the past. And also I look for contemporary artists online, especially digital artists, and I can find a lot of work on ArtStation that I really recommend to all of you. It's totally free to sign up, and you can find so many different works there. They are all digital works, of course, and mainly from video games, but you can find also a lot of artists that works in animation and movies. And sometimes I find works and just try to study them, try to understand how they do light, how they choose color key, why they decided to put some elements in a piece and not others, and the style of the artist. So all of these studies are so important, and every time you learn something new, and every time you find something that you would like to put in your next piece. So it's very important to do master studies and also photo reference studies, in my opinion. Another way to stay motivated is to challenge yourself, and I love to do challenges. In fact, if you go online, for example on Pinterest, and if you put down 100 art challenge, you can find so many different challenges. And many times, if you like to draw in something in particular, you can find a 100 challenge about that things, and that's great because you can decide your own pace to do the challenge, and in the same times you are producing a lot of drawings, and also here you are studying a lot and you learn how to draw something that at the starting point you're not so good at. In my case, for example, I started a 100 hats challenge because I don't dedicate myself a lot to drawing portrait, so I would like to improve drawing faces. And I have to say that from the start up until the middle of the challenge, because now I draw almost 40 hats, I can notice a big difference. Every time I can understand something more about the face proportion, the face structure. So I think that challenges are so good, and you can find them up online everywhere. You can also see online in different months there are different challenges. For example, on Instagram you can find a lot of them, and the most famous, the Inktober, that for a month you are drawing just and painting artwork done in ink. But you can find also May, for example, that is another challenge in which in the month of May you draw mermaid every day for a month, and that is also a great opportunity. And another that I have on top of my mind, my favorite, is the plein air April. So for the entire month of April you going out and paint plein air, and that is another very good challenge that you can do. Last but not the least, if you want also to get inspired, you can go back to study art fundamentals, especially an art fundamentals that you feel you don't master yet. For example, I think that I have to improve my perspective skills. So sometimes I go back and study perspective again and again and again. And I know it sounds boring, but actually there are so many exercises for each fundamental that you can do, and doing those exercises make you draw and paint a lot. That is another way to overcome the lack of inspiration. I also suggest you to have an emergency folder. The emergency folder is something that saved my life every single time that I'm in a period in which I cannot think about what drawing, painting, and every time I have this folder in which every day I go through and add new photos, new reference that I find very inspired. They can be reference about just a color, just a mood, just a composition, or a full photo reference. Every time that I feel not inspired, I go in this folder and choose a reference and just start to create something from that. And every time it works. So I really recommend you to have this folder in which you put everything that you find that inspire you. And that's it, guys, for today's video. Please let me know in the comment below if this kind of video is something that you are interested in. I really hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time. Moi moi!